My very first unveiling. Yes, the fringe, baby. The fringe. What's up, weirdo? Shade Tree Surgeon here, and it's not too early in the morning for a gold wing adventure. We have myself, Radagast the Brown, on the big red wang. We're not just going on one gold wing, we're going on 2 gold wings with Gandalf the Black. Not just going on 2 gold wings, but 4 gold wings. Double, then quadruple the gold wings with our very favorite hobbits over here. I don't know if old Shep over there is a hobbit or a dwarf. I guess he looks more like Gimli. Anyway, even though we're heading out on quad wangs today's not about gold wings at all. Let's go ride some Harleys. There's a whole bunch of different wangs here today. Oh, baby. Judas Priest, my leather daddy, Rob Halford, taking us out on the highway. I love it. You might say old Led Zeppelin's a little better for these foggy mornings, but I'm way more of a Judas Priest man myself. He might not have been singing about hobbits, but he did sing about motorcycles, baby. I love heading out on a foggy morning. There's so much adventure in the air, so much unknown. The fact that you can't see the horizon when you're rolling out just gives me the fizz. Who knows what's over that horizon? We're off into the wild blue yonder. And off into the wild blue yonder on the quadruple wang. The world's never seen this many wangs in one place except for like page 9 on Cornhub, but that's a different kind of video. Anyway, let's head out to Bert's Black Widow because we're test driving the brand new Hydra-Glide today. Now, let's see what Bert's Black Widow's got in store for us. Usually it's something pretty damn good. Up here at Bert's Black Widow, and the reason we're here is underneath that blue tarp right there, but the real reason we're here is standing right over there, my man Gunnar Gibson, who always hooks it up. And we're gonna see what's under this blue cover at the same time, because I haven't seen this either. Apparently they're announcing it today. I'm gonna try to get this video out later today. I'm not even allowed to post a picture or do anything until after 11. Well, you know, I'm allowed to do whatever I want, but Gunnar's my friend and he asked me not to. I think I'll get him in trouble if I do that. My very first unveiling. Yes, the fringe, baby. The fringe. Let's both say hello to the brand new Harley-Davidson Hydra-Glide. The Hydra-Glide's already existed, but what's in a name? A rose by any other name smells just as sweet, and it might say Hydra-Glide on it, but for me, I don't really care. Because what this says to me is Heritage Classic, baby. If you guys remember when Harley-Davidson did all the updates, when they switched from the old Softail platform to the new Softail platform, and they changed the Heritage Classic, it was my least favorite one they did. I hated what they did with the bags. I hated what they did with the headlight. I hated that they made it seem futuristic, and this just fixed every single problem I had with the new Heritage. The Heritage Classic holds a special place in my heart because I'm very fond of my lady friend, one Miss Madam Hexa, who has spent many miles beside me riding a Heritage Classic. And unfortunately, when she moved back to the motherland of Germany, she had to sell it, so she doesn't have it anymore. But if I had all the money in the world, I'd buy one of these babies for Madam Hexa in a heartbeat. But seeing as Madam Hexa is a professional dominatrix, someone else actually might beat me to buying it for her. I'll still get to ride next to her though. This thing does all the things that I like a Harley-Davidson to do. It's got leather, it's got fringe, it's got chrome, it's got conchos, it's got everything that I love about a Harley, that this blacked out look in the 80s and 90s where everything just looks like it was rattle can black. Some of you guys like it, that's fine, but this, to me, shining chrome conchos and fringe flapping in the wind, this is what a classic Harley-Davidson should look like, and the fact that they're gonna have one on the floor, I love that. For me, it's all about the fringe, baby. Harley-Davidson in the year 2024 has fringe on it. Harley catches all this flack, not updating their bikes or just making everything look too classic, but if you really look at their model lineup, they haven't really done that. A lot of their stuff looks futuristic, they're changing everything, they got a new shark nose, the new street glide, everything just looks like it's from the year 2024. for. And trust me, I love updates as much as the next guy, but I love classic looks too. And the fact that this has all the fringe, all the chrome, all the conchos, all the studs on it. Again, I'm still thinking of Madame Hexa here because she is a big old muscle goth leather mommy. One of the reasons that attracted her to the Heritage in the first place was the fact that it was covered in leather, studs, and tassels, because she covers herself in leather, studs, and tassels quite often. And this is a motorcycle that would do Rob Halford proud. Judas Priest was the right soundtrack coming up here. I don't know if this thing has a 114, a 107, a 117. I have no idea what this engine size is because it's unbadged. And that's such a baller move. When you have a motorcycle like this that speaks for itself, you don't have to badge the engine. You don't have to have that big dick move of putting 114, 117 on the engine. There's nothing on here. I'm assuming it's probably at least a 114. I don't really know. I don't really care because that's not what this bike is about. No, I don't know how much it weighs. No, I don't know how much horsepower it has. No, I don't know what the suspension is like. All I know is that it's fire engine red, dripping in chrome and leather, and hits every single one of those little buttons that I always want a Heritage to hit, and that I feel like Harley just dropped the ball on when they did the redesign. A lot of people love them. Don't let me take that away from you, but this is what my Heritage looks like. And speaking of how good of friends I have over here at Bert's Black Widow and Bert's Barracuda, let's go ahead and see how many miles are on this thing. Yeah, I got good friends, and Bert has friends in low places. It's me. I'm the friend in low places, man. They call me the cockroach, baby. And this cockroach is about to go take the very first ride on the brand new Hydra-Glide. Well, it's a Heritage classic. It's a Heritage. Hydra-Glide, whatever. That's a Heritage classic. The real Heritage classic. The Heritage classic we should have got. This will officially be the newest bike I've ever ridden. Less than 1 mile on this thing. Literally all it's done is been started up and rode from the service bay to up here, and that's it. I don't know, man. I really, really like this bike. I haven't even ridden it yet, and I like this bike. Exactly what I would want, because I don't know if this is the Harley Davidson. If I was gonna buy a brand new Harley Davidson, I don't know if this would be it. But if I was gonna get a brand new Heritage, this would be it. Putting the very first mile on a brand new, looks very old. Well, it's a Hydra-Glide. I gotta call it the actual name. I want anyone to get mad at me. Not that Bert or anyone at Bert's Barracuda or Black Widow would really care if I misnamed the new Hydra-Glide. It obviously is just a name, because the Hydra-Glide was named because it was, I believe, the first Harley Davidson with actual liquid in the suspension instead of a girder or a Springer front end. So the Hydra-Glide, that's how it got its name. And you know, they've been putting suspension fluid in the suspension for quite a while after that. But Hydra-Glide, it's a cool name. I get it. Heritage Classic already is on a bike. You can't really call this one the Heritage Classic because it already exists, even though this is so much more the Heritage Classic than the other one is. It's so much more. Something tells me when they reveal this thing, I'm gonna be glad I came and rode it now, because I doubt it's gonna be on the floor for very long. These things are gonna be sold in a heartbeat. And it's not just because they're limited edition. It's just like if I had upgraded to a new Heritage and I loved my old Heritage and I got that new, I mean, it is what it is. I know a lot of guys love their Heritage, but those bags they put on them with the little plastic diamonds on them, and I don't know, man, it just didn't look like I wanted it to. It didn't look like a Heritage to me, and this does. So if I had bought one of those other ones because I really wanted to upgrade to the new Softail platform, have the new Milwaukee 8, and I just loved Heritages, and I got one of those and made some compromises on what it looks like, if this thing came out, I would be trading that sucker in with bells on in a heartbeat, dude. I'd leave smoking tire marks on fire going here 100 miles an hour to trade that sucker in on one of these. What I love about this being limited edition too, and then so what is this? This is number 205 of 1,750. What I love about this and it being limited edition is this definitely isn't for everybody. Not everybody's gonna want this bike. Not everybody's gonna like this bike. Leather, tassels, chrome. I know that I'm in a minority minority when that's what I want on a Harley Davidson. I don't like the blacked out look. I don't like the tough guy look. That's not what I want. There are bikes that I have that are like that. Actually, my Rocket 3 is blacked out, and even though it's a white bike, it's kind of like the whole 90s, early 2000s tough guy look for a motorcycle. No, this is what I want a Harley Davidson to look like, at least a Harley Davidson heritage. And as much crap as everybody talks about Harley, I certainly talk my own fair share of crap about Harley too. Making this one a limited edition, I think, was an excellent move. We're not in the majority. Guys who love this look, guys who love this bike, we don't make up the majority of Harley Davidson buyers. People want their infotainment system. They want like 9 different kinds of corner and ABS and the updated air tunnel tested freaking frame mounted fairings and all these bells and whistles and doodads and thingamajigs. And you know, I'm more of a contraption man, okay? I like contraptions, and this is way more of a contraption than anything else. We still got a windshield, a convertible removable windshield, removable bags. It's chrome, it's tasseled, it's bright red. This is what I want a Harley to look like, and it's not even like a, oh wow, they're trying to appeal to 80-year-old dudes. I'm not freaking 80, but I like this. And guess what? There are dozens of us, and there's probably a few guys who are in their 70s and 80s who are like, yeah, that's what I want my Harley to look like too. I'm not saying that those guys don't exist, but there are plenty of people who still love this look on a Harley, and I think that they made a really good move by bringing it back for this motorcycle, but not making it something that was readily available, because I think if this was on the floor, that it probably wouldn't sell out, that it wouldn't be the best seller. But the fact that there's less than 2,000 of these things in the world, that's gonna make a big difference for this bike, because guess what? There are dozens of us. Dozens of us! Oh yeah, that at least has a 114, if not a 117. I don't want to get on it too much. All right, 4 miles. Let me bring this thing back. I don't want to beat up on it too much because it's probably getting sold today. I wouldn't freaking change a thing. You know what I'd change? I'd put tassels on the handlebars. I don't care, dude. I would have really nice, real leather, some nice tassels on the handlebars. That's what I would put on it. Make motorcycles chrome again. Make leather have tassels again. I love it. I know there's gonna be some haters. I know this bike ain't gonna be for everybody, but it's definitely, they had me in their sights. When they made this thing, Harley Davidson had their gun aimed squarely at me. Well, squarely at me and, you know, Rob Halford from Judas Priest, my friend Madam Hexa, the leather muscle mommy. You know what I mean? They knew what they were doing. Trust me. They know who their audience is, and like I said, there are dozens of us. I don't think there's 100,000 of us, but there's enough to sell 1,750 of them. Yeah, I really like that bike, and if I had new bike money, I'd buy myself one, and if I had more than new bike money, I'd probably buy Madam Hexa one too, because that's a really cool motorcycle. You could make one yourself. You could get all the chrome parts, get the leather bags and the tassels, but the fact that it comes like that is pretty damn cool. Huge thanks as always to the guys at Bert's Barracuda and Bert's Black Widow for supporting an underdog and letting me get my dirty little dick beaters all over a brand new motorcycle with less than a mile on it. I ain't exactly the favorite of the powers that be out there. A lot of them don't want to work with me at all, so I'm always very appreciative of my man Bert, who's willing to stoop down in the gutter to hang out with a cockroach like me. Bert's a good dude. He loves to party, and he also loves to do good things, so I always want to talk about that too. Not only does he hang out with a scumbag like me, he also runs Bert's Salute to America, and they are giving away a supercharged 135 cubic inch road glide that Blockhead Moto is building right now, and you can win that bike for 20 bucks. They're raffling it off. 100% of the proceeds are going to help homeless veterans through Bert's organization, Bert's Salute to America. So Bert's the kind of dude who builds a supercharged 135 road glide through Blockhead Moto and then just gives it away to somebody and gives all the money from it to veterans in need to bridge the gap of homelessness from being homeless to having an address so they can collect their VA benefits. He's a good dude. I'll have links and information to all that stuff down below. Like I said, they let me ride the bike. They let me put their first freaking mile on it. The only thing they ask in return is to say like, hey, talk about what we're doing to help out the veterans in this country. I would have done that without the bike anyway, and I've done it plenty of times on here. A lot of you guys already know about Bert's charity work, so that's down below. I don't know when the build's going to be finished, but you can jump in on that raffle now, and all the money there, 100% of it goes to help homeless veterans. And that's going to about do it for this video. Sorry for the short one, but we got lots of exciting stuff coming up soon. It's not every day I get the jump on a brand new model getting released, so I figured for once I'd take it. Till next time, y'all, keep it weird.
Crashing through the sky comes a fearful cry. Shade Tree,
Army!
Shade Tree,
Army!
armies of the night, evil taking flight. Shade Tree,
Army!
Shade Tree,
Army!
nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, panic spreading far and wide. Can the world oppose the deadliest of foes? Shade Tree,
Army!
Shade Tree,
Army!
who will risk it all to end the evil call of Shade Tree?
Army!
Shade Tree,
Army!
they never give up, they never say die, walking tall with banners high.
Shade Tree Army, a ruthless gang of scum, villains, freaks, and bikers determined to rule the world.